Hi guitar mates, I hope you are doing well. In this lesson, I'm going to answer a question that was sent to me by one of my students. He asked, sus chords, what does it mean and what are they? Well, suspended chords like the D sus4 chord or the A sus2 are chords that can add some extra colour and attention to an otherwise normal chord. Definition says to create a suspended chord, we replace the third with a nearby scale degree, the fourth or the second. Great. But what does that actually mean? Well, first of all, let's look at a normal major chord. A major chord contains the first, the third, and the fifth note from a scale, commonly known as a triad. So if we look at the scale of C major, we have got C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And the chord tones then, or the scale tones that we're talking about, will be the C, the E, the G. If we look at a normal chord, we can see these notes are played in the chord. Some of the notes are even played twice, as we can see on the note on the high E string. So we have got the C, which is the 1. We have the E, which is the 3. And we have the G, which is the 5. Then we repeat, and we've got the octave of the C. And then we've got this repeated note, which is the E on the high E string. So we have the chord there, which contains the first, the third, and the fifth. And 2 of the notes are also repeated. However, for the purpose of this lesson, we will explore the process with the D chord. Now, in the D scale, we have a D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D. So the notes we're looking at are D, F sharp on the A. Now, if we play a D chord, we can see these 3 notes in action. We have the D, we have the A, which is the 5th, we have another D, and we have the F sharp, which is the 3rd. So 1, 5, 1, 3. That gives us our D chord triad, the D major chord triad. Now, in the case of a sus4 chord, we are going to replace the 3rd note, which in this case is the F sharp, with the 4th note, which we can see is the G. Now we can achieve this by playing the G note on the high string with our little finger. So, little finger, we're just going to place it down on which would be the 3rd fret on the high E string, which is the G, and play that through. When we play them, we get the sound of a D sus4 chord. You've probably played these before, not really realized what it was. They sound great, especially when they're resolved back to the standard major chord, which in this case, of course, is the D major. So we get. Now, a great example of this is in the song A Crazy Little Thing Called Love by Queen. And we get this. So we're going from that 3rd note to the 4th. Just play that through over the D chord. Now, a sus2 chord is when we replace the 3rd note by the 2nd note. In the case of the D, this will be the E note. And to play this, all we're going to do is we're just going to simply raise our 2nd finger. And we get the D sus chord, which is the D sus2 chord. We can combine the chords together old song back from the, I think it was the 60s to the 70s, Needles and Pins. That is a great use of the sus2 and the sus4 chord over that D chord. Now this also means that a sus chord for omission of the third is neither a major or a minor chord. Now we're going to look at the process in the A major chord. Now the A major scale is A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp and A. So the notes that we're looking for, the triad, which is the 1, 3, 5, will be the A, the C sharp, and also the E. Now if we play an A major chord, we are playing the A, we are playing the, which is the A, is the 1, we are playing the E, which is the 5th. We go back and we play the A again, which is that 2 on the G string, and then we have the 3rd, which is the C sharp, 2nd fret on that B string, and we also are repeating the 5. So another one of them chords there where we're taking repeated notes and we're mixing the order up. It doesn't matter in this case what the order is, they don't have to be played 1, 3, 5. So we are just A major chord triad been created from that A, the E and the C sharp. Now to play the A sus4, we are going to add the D, which is the 4th note, and the way we're going to play that, we are just going to put our little finger down on the 3rd fret on the B string. Play that, and we get an A sus4 chord. If we wanted to play the A sus2 chord, well, we would have to add the B note. So again, an easy way to do that, we are just going to raise our 3rd finger, thus exposing the B note on the B string, of course. And we would get, that sounds a really nice dreamy sound, that over that A chord. And again, we can take that whole, so I've got your A, sus4 and the sus2. Not all common chord shapes allow us to apply the 4th or the 6th note due to the notes that are already being played in the basic chord shape that we are using. An example would be the C and the G chord. With the C chord, we can use our little finger to play the 4th, which is the F, but we got a problem there because we also then would have to remove the E, high E string, which would mean that we'd have to put our finger across the F at the top there. Not as easy to do that when we're playing that. So not one of the most practical uses to be able to play that. There are better options than that to play this. And the same is also of the G chord as well, because we're playing the G here, but we've got to bring in that C note. So yeah, we can juggle around a little bit. We'd have to change our finger and you'd have to do that midway through. What do we do down here with that C? That is not the best option really for playing with that chord shape. The most common shapes of the sus4 chords are the D, the A and the F. Now the F chord is a great option as it gives us a movable chord shape that allows us to play the sus4 chord up and down the fretboard. So let's just have a look at the F. We have got an F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E and F. So we are looking at the F, which when we look at the F chord, perfectly there. We have got the A. Look finger that straight underneath. So the A playing that 3. And then we've got the C, which again, directly underneath. Of course, the F chord, for some of you when you first start, is not the greatest chord to use. But once you get that F chord down as a beginner, there's our F chord shape. So that is given us the 1, the 3, the 5, and then we've got the octave repeating the F. Now if we replace our little finger on the B flat, which is the 3rd fret on the G string, we get the F sus 4 chord. Which means that we can move that and down the fretboard, same way we can do with an F. So we can also then get back to the major chord, so we can get an F. Now, a great example of that is Pinball Wizard by The Who. We think of that intro to that. So we've got B sus 4 to B, A sus 4 to A, G sus 4 to G, F sharp sus 4. They are the chords that I use through the verses of that song. Now we can use the A shape as a movable chord, like the F chord. But for beginners, you might find that a little bit more of a challenge, because we think the A, if we want to move that up, we've got to go to that bar chord shape. So that might be a little bit of a challenge, but if you are comfortable with the bar chords, and of course, we can take the sus and move it around like that as well. Let's just have a quick look at a couple of songs that use this. We've already looked at 2. Another famous one is the introduction for the verses for the song Wanted Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi. He takes that D shape, so we get that over that D at the beginning. That's a great example of that, doing that. You have got Tom Petty. Of course, in the song I'm Free. Yes, before anybody says he did play it in a different key, but that was just the movement of the capo. You can do the same thing, just shifting around on the A there. So if I was doing a D to an A, I can do an A to an E. So we get. Same thing. Well, I do hope that this has successfully answered the question for my student, and also answered the question for many more of you out there. If you found this lesson useful and you did enjoy it, please do smash that like button. Even better still, why not hit that subscribe button and really help this channel grow? Well, until the next time, this is Jeff Sinker wishing you well, and I'll speak to you again real soon. Till then, goodbye.